First here, we're going to take a look at GeniusBot. Once you've installed it and logged in using the username and password you were provided, you'll click the icon for GeniusBot, or you'll find it in this list, and click your pin so that the icon comes up top. And you want to be on Facebook, all right? And if you're not, when you first get to a first screen, you can hit the Facebook icon. It'll open a Facebook tab. And I'm going to show you the settings in here. We've got a couple of things we'll look at. Let's look at this delay setting first. You can see I got it from clicking that menu up there and then delay setting. And that's where we are here. So the delay setting, this is any response that comes in, how many hours and how many minutes do you want to wait before it replies. And that's any new response. But then if someone keeps typing the same keyword over, because this will respond to particular keywords if you want, you can say, do this response if it's a new one, but if it's the same one that's just been done within the last hour, don't send that again. Okay, so that you're not, if somebody keeps typing you stuff with that keyword in it, it doesn't keep sending the same reply back all the time. You can turn this on and off. If you turn it off, it'll reply as soon as it's identified that there's a message in and whether there's a keyword or not. So that's the delay setting. Let's go to the regular settings page. We have message settings, which I'll show in a moment, and we have response settings. All right, so this autoresponder and default message, let's look at the autoresponder first. You can type in a name. I'll call this test, all right, and you can put in keywords. Let's say we wanted to, actually, let me make this, let's do this for thanks. Let's say someone types TX or, and you can just hit a comma after that, or THX or thanks, or they might say thank you, so we'll just do thank, all right? Then you want to send them a response, okay? And you can do a text message or a message group, and I'll show you the message groups shortly, but you could just say, you're welcome. Maybe that's all you want to say if somebody says thanks. You could even say, you're welcome, comma, first name, exclamation mark, and it'll put their first name in there. Activate this autoresponder, all right? And you can hit save. That one's good to go. Now if we look at there, I've got one down here for keyword, we've got one up here for thanks. So when someone sends me the word thanks, it'll wait the delay in the delay I have, and it'll send you're welcome and their first name. You can put any keywords you want in here, have as many of these autoresponders, find keywords that people say, like I have one for software. People always ask me things about software, and I can send a response back with my message. You can also have a default message. Whereas if there are no keywords, it looks for these keywords, thanks, software, you can have as many of these as you want, and if it does not find them, then instead we'll send this default message, okay? And the way you can do that is we'll do text message too. You could do something like, hey, I'm out of the office. This is my bot. I'll check in at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Maybe something like that. I'll copy that because I want to use that. And then that'll be the response that everybody gets. So you could even put, hey, first name, I'm out of the office, this is my bot, I'll check in at 8 a.m. All right. And then this time interval for the default is how long it will wait before it sends this. All right. This will give you time. People usually use this for out of office, so it'll give you time if you're in the middle of something and you're not actually out of the office. You want it to have enough time that you can respond personally, and if enough time's gone by, then it means you're not in front of your computer, and it'll do that for you. That's usually what you use that for, okay? Now, what you can do also, because if you get lots of messages and you send the same message again and again and again, Facebook has a problem with that. They'll call it a copy-paste violation, and they treat it as spam. So you might want to vary these messages up, either here or the ones when you're creating an autoresponder. And instead of the same message each time, you might want to send a message group. And what that is, you would go to message settings, and you're going to create segments and groups. All right, so I'll create a new segment. This will be, I'll call it segment 1. All right, so remember the message that we had that said, hey, I'm out of the office? Maybe we want to do, hey, or maybe we want to do hi, exclamation mark. I'll make a block there, add another block, hello. I'll make an exclamation mark, and maybe we want to do hi, first name. You just click that, right? Add, and I'll do one more, okay? What we're doing is we're creating things that it can choose from to say so that it's not always going to be the same message. And then we'll add that, and then we'll type save message segment. Okay, now we're going to create a new one. All right, that one was segment 1. Now we're going to create segment 2, and we want to add a block to that. This is going to be the second part of this, right? I'm out of the office. So that'll be 1. Add another block. I am out of the office. It's a little bit different, right? You could put I'm not in right now. You see what I'm doing? I'm just creating variations of the same thing. I'm just going to leave this one at 3. We'll save that. I would do more than that. The more variation you have, the better it is. But I just want to give you the idea here. Segment 3, add a block. This is my bot, right? So that'll be the next sentence. This is my bot. Let's copy that. I'll hit add another block. This is my genius bot, right? Okay. You have to have at least 2 segments in each message segment. It has to have something to choose from. If you only have 1, it won't run. All right, I'm just going to leave this as 2, but you could do other ones. We'll save this. And then we want to do our last segment, and we want to do segment 4. And this, I think in the last one I had said, I'll be back at 8. You could do that. Let me copy that. You could do, I'll be back at 8 a.m. I'll be back at 8 a.m. EST, just so that they're just a little bit different, right? I'll be back in the office at 8 a.m. Add. You get the idea. You just want different things. Now what you want to do is put those pieces together. So you'll create a new group, all right? And I'll call this out of office reply because that's kind of what this is for. And then you want to insert. We can make static text where it's the same for everyone in that place, or keywords, all right? But what we want is message segment, right? So we had segment 1. Let's add another message segment, segment 2. Let's add another message segment 3. And then insert another message segment 4. And I'm going to hit add. Now look at this. See, we have segment 1. It's going to pick one of those random segment blocks that we put in there. It'll randomly pick one. Then it will next put in segment 2, segment 3, segment 4. So we have a paragraph that's going to be different each time. It'll pick one of these, then it'll pick one of those, then it'll pick one of those, then it'll pick one of those, and it'll create this sentence that'll be different every time. All right, and I just hit group, and it's saved. So now when I come back to response settings, and I go to the default message, instead of a text message that said what I wanted it to say, I could go to message group, do the out of office reply, save message. Now if someone sends that and the hour has gone by, because that's what I have this set for, then it will send that as long as there's not one of these keywords put in there. And once you've got everything together, just make sure you come up here and turn the extension on. It'll take a moment to check everything. Make sure you're active on Facebook. It's opened a little tab up in the upper right-hand corner. You can't see it because I don't have my recording high enough, but there's a little tiny tab up here. If you click it, it said GeniusBot is using it. Make sure you never close that tab. If you do, it will turn GeniusBot on. But while this tab is open, it will always look in the background and make sure that when someone sends you a message, they'll make sure that there's not a keyword or there is a keyword and what that response needs to be. So hopefully this has been helpful. Have lots of fun with this. It's a great tool, and it will make your life a lot easier. And we'll send responses back to people, and you'll be able to be more responsive on Messenger without having to actually be there all the time monitoring your messages. Thanks.